What's going on, y'all? It's D Brown, back to the classic cinema rehab. Uh, I just got finished watching Space Jam: A New Legacy, and I wanted to talk about it for a minute. And I wanted to say one thing: if the fate of the world was in the balance, why does it always come down to a basketball game? Like you get all these writers in the Hollywood room, and they go, "Yo, basketball. That should be the way we save humanity type shit." And it's not the first time. This is the second time we're here now playing, earth shattering basketball, like lives are in the balance basketball. And then the Looney Tunes just happen to be around. um, I want to give a shout out to Dave and Selena. I knew they weren't going to do a review of this, so I needed to step in here and do it. Jay might give his thoughts on the movie, but I want to give my thoughts first. I just want to say I actually enjoyed the second Space Jam. It's not great. It's not an Academy Award winning film. LeBron James isn't a thespian. You're not going to get what you got from the original, but if you wanted something new, if you wanted them to attempt something different, and you wanted them to kind of take the Space Jam IP and kind of do something different with it, that's what they did. And that's what you should want out of a sequel. Like, obviously, Hollywood is running out of ideas and they are clinging on to your nostalgia to make more joints, make more movies for you, and that you deserve it. You deserve sequels. You deserve, I guess you could say, reboots and remakes. They're inevitable. They're always going to happen. In fact, most of the time, stuff is not really original. All they're doing is just taking ideas and mashing them together and then throwing them back out there, slapping a new title on it, brand new movie out. But you've seen these tropes before. You've seen all this stuff before. But Space Jam 2, it's not that serious, guys. Like, this thing is getting trashed. So this is opening weekend for everybody that went to go see it at the movie theater. By the way, it's number one at the box office. So a lot of people went to go see this inside of a COVID theater, and that's dope. That's fire. More praises to you. I hope y'all was safe. I hope y'all had your mask on. It's worth it. You want a movie experience out of this. It looked like this is the kind of movie you would want to see in the big screen. This thing had all kind of special effects, CGI. You even got the old school, cartoon, style of it, the old school Looney Tunes. And then obviously they get their level up. But I digress. I'll move backwards. The fact that we got to stay home and watch this in the comfort of our own homes from HBO Max, whether it's on your phone or it's from your, expensive 4D television or 4K television, even better, So shout outs to HBO Max for making that happen. And personally, honestly, I think it's worth a matinee. I saw the original in the movie theater. I'm showing my age. Look, I'm a grown-ass man with a Space Jam jersey. So that lets you know, like, I do like the original movie. I love the original movie. I like the original soundtrack. I think the movie is dope. Is Michael Jordan a good actor? No, absolutely not. Is LeBron James a good actor? Absolutely not. But they know themselves. They're playing themselves. So technically, you can't really get mad at them for acting like themselves. That's how they are in real life. They're not trying to play a different role. They're playing themselves. But they just happen to have other characters they interact with. That's it. And I think LeBron James handled his business, especially when he got to the tune part of it, or what I like to call the HBO Max void. Because he was in the HBO Max void. Like, this is one big glorified HBO Max commercial. And that's fine because we're paying for it. So we might as well get all of the reminders that, hey, you can watch Game of Thrones. Hey, you can watch The Matrix. Hey, you can watch King Kong versus Godzilla. Like, they know what they're doing. They knew exactly when this movie was going to come out, and they knew exactly what was going to happen. They knew that we were going to dive into, the big, HBO Max universe. So they used it to their exposure. And for everybody arguing about how he got to Toonland and how he got to meet up with the Looney Tunes, guys, don't try to make sense out of Space Jam. Because Space Jam don't make sense. Like, last time I checked, Looney Tune World in the first Space Jam was like in the crack of the earth. Like, it was like beneath the earth, and it was a Warner Brothers sign, and you break into there and you was in Toonland. It don't make sense, y'all. Don't try to make sense. At least with this one, it's not actual Space Jam, it's the digital space. So technically it's digital Space Jam. So don't worry about it. It makes sense in a way. It still makes sense. And second, we're all in a digital age now, so it makes sense. Your phone, the thing sucks you into the computer, blah, 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 blah. All that. So don't try to create logic for Space Jam, y'all. Anywho, my review. If you want to know if it's a good movie, it's a solid movie. It's a solid movie for children, and it's a solid movie for adults. There's some really cool messages in there. If you have children and they aspire and they have dreams, but technically you kind of want them to grow up the same way you want them to grow up. I think that's the message that they were going for. Just you want your kids to kind of walk their own path. You want to help them. You want to guide them. You might even want them to do the same things that you did. But at the end of the day, you still want them to find themselves. And LeBron James was just a little too hard on his son in this awesome kids movie that really is a kids movie. It's a child's movie. So it's going to have kind of like that same message that you get from other child's movies without me spoiling it. I don't want to go too much into spoiler territory, but just to let y'all know, I thought it was executed great. It had a good message to it. And I think you guys should definitely go see it or watch it on HBO Max. It's definitely worth a matinee. Now, the main gripes, I don't know why this is getting butchered by critics. It don't deserve to get butchered by critics at all. It definitely did exactly what I expected it to do. You had a Space Jam. LeBron recruited the Looney Tunes. They played a game. They played an actual game. And the best part about it is it was a young African-American kid that created a video game. When do you ever see anything like that happen? And the crazy part was, like, LeBron, once again, needed to recognize the brilliance of his kids. So it's kind of a coming of age story, man. It checked off its boxes, man. You don't get a chance to see that a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? A father and son vehicle, that just happened to have some Looney Tunes in it. Don Cheadle, I want to talk about Don Cheadle for a minute. Don Cheadle ate that scenery up. He is the villain. And that was good for him. You know what I'm saying? It's something different. You can tell he had fun. As long as Don Cheadle's having fun, your movie's going to be a good time. And he had fun. He was the algae rhythm, cool. Why they decided to play basketball? Dumb. But at the end of the day, it's still, you need to play basketball so it could be Space Jam. So at the end of the day, don't listen to critics. Don't tell them how to enjoy your childhood, because this is our childhood that we're watching now. So now we're passing this on to our kids, and this is going to be their Space Jam. We got our Space Jam. That's their Space Jam, and it's all good. And I think that this was the Space Jam that was like the PS4, PS5 version to our Super NES, Sega Genesis version. That's really what I can describe it as, if you want to basically describe it. LeBron didn't step on Michael Jordan's toes. There's a nice little Easter egg. There's tons of Easter eggs inside the movie. I guess the only gripe that I got with it was that when they were playing the actual game, there's some things that you're going to see, like the crowd, that's going to bother you. That's it. And I'm not talking about the cameos, because there's tons of HBO Max and Warner Brothers characters running around. That's fire. But you're going to see some stuff like right next to the court that's going to make you go, why did y'all do this? Like, y'all could have did some cool things with that part of it, but y'all chose to go in a different direction. Other than that, though, honestly, final score for Space Jam, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think it was good. It's worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch. It definitely felt a little longer than it should have been. I felt like a Space Jam 2 should have been like an hour and a half, but it almost hits 2 hours, and you feel it a little bit. Some jokes land, some joints don't. Certain subliminals hit really good. Like, LeBron is not afraid to make fun of himself, and I love that. Also, his CGI hairline looks magnificent. if LeBron was having hair issues, not in this movie. Everything looks immaculate. Even the cartoon hairline looked good on him when he got to the Toon world. But that's it, man. I just wanted to give my quick little thoughts on it, man. I had a good time with Space Jam 2, and I want y'all to have a good time with it as well. Definitely. We're going to leave the appropriate links so you can come follow us. Definitely, man. Don't be shy, man. Like and subscribe. Definitely. Back to the Classics, the movie page. Of course, Beat Network, anything Beat Network related. Go ahead, follow us, man. Don't be shy, man. Come holler at us. In the words of Jay Alonzo, this is not cheeks. This movie actually entertained me, and I'm down to watch it again. And I hope my kid watches it again as well. Definitely, man. Peace out. Have a good one. Back to the classic cinema rehab. D Brown, I'm out.